Thank you so much for joining us. We are here at the Digital Asset Summit at Cipriani in Lower Manhattan. I'm pleased to be joined by Jeanine Hightower Sellito. She just got off her panel with Tim McCord at CME. They were talking institutionalization of the crypto market. She joins us from Gemini, the cryptocurrency exchange, where you're a managing director. It's been a year and a half. It's been a fair amount of time. How's it going?
It's going really well. We're working on a lot of new products. We recently launched a custody solution, so a completely cold storage custody solution, as well as a clearing solution for our institutional customers. So we've been working on a lot of new things.
So everybody knows Gemini for the Winklevoss brothers, twins, and for the exchange, and for the taxi cab marketing that you guys have going around the city and in many other cities in the country. But you are trying to branch out with the revamped custody solution, with settlement. You have deep market structure, markets background, building international securities exchange, ICE, which then sold to NASDAQ. Tell us a little bit about how you're bringing the old world to the new world in your new seat at Gemini.
Yeah, a lot of the things I think about are how do you bring services to the institutional customer to meet them where they're at, because institutional customers in any other asset class, in particular options and equities where I came from, expect the same types of markets that they would in any other service offering. So from the perspective of Gemini, we're looking to deliver to them all the institutional services that they expect already and help ease their transition into crypto.
Mm-hmm. The one thing we were talking about before we turned the video recording on was settlement and clearing. It's a thorny topic. A lot of people don't understand it. When they think about trading in this market, they think OTC, they think Skype and interacting on a bilateral basis between two counterparties. Why do we need a third party like Gemini to sit behind the trade, and what are they doing in the background exactly?
Gemini offers a third-party clearing and settlement service for OTC transactions. So it can be trades between two people or two entities, as well as trades that are brokered by a third party. We don't actually offer any of the brokerage services. We're not doing the price discovery. These are trades that are completely negotiated off our exchange platform. But it uses the exchange accounts of our customers to basically be able to clear and settle those transactions. So they're fully onboarded, they meet all our KYC obligations. All of the firms have pretty much integrated Gemini into their back office from a fixed connectivity perspective for trade reporting. And what the clearing and settlement solution does is allow you to use the assets that are already in your account, because your trading on Gemini is fully funded, to instantaneously clear and settle OTC trades. So rather than engaging in a transaction and having to wire funds or receive coin from another entity, those assets can be immediately made available to you, so you can just move on to the next transaction.
Mm-hmm. And so trading group A or entity A, they want to buy a certain amount of coin. Trading from B quotes a price, and then you take both of those assets?
So trading from A and trading from B agree on a price. They enter the quantity, the price they've agreed upon, and each of their sides. The trade goes out for confirmation, so we have an API that's available to those customers or the front end. They confirm both sides of the trade and they decide on a settlement window. Is it fully funded, so it's an immediate settlement, or do they need a delayed settlement because someone needs to move additional assets into the platform for clearing?
What are the benefits of trading on a bilateral basis OTC with Gemini sitting in the background as the clearing and settlement entity versus tapping the exchange directly for liquidity?
Well, there's a different market for both. So we recognize that a lot of institutional customers use the OTC markets because they have size trades. They don't want to leave a footprint in the marketplace, so any trade that's done and settled through Gemini Clearing isn't reported to the tape. It's still anonymous. It's still not even reported to the market in terms of a trade, and that's something that a lot of institutional customers need in terms of their trading style.
Do you see the fact that, Gemini, although it has a great brand and is well respected, especially among the regulators I talk to, still hasn't been able to capture all that much market share on the exchange side compared to others? Is OTC and settlement an avenue to capture and grow market share in other areas of the market?
I think the clearing and settlement platform as well as custody are unique businesses to Gemini, and while it'd be great if they had influence on the overall market, and because assets are there, people maybe are more likely to trade, but they are a unique and independent business on their own that are meant to provide services to our institutional customers in a way that's not really being met in the marketplace today.
When you think about custody, it's a really crowded space. You have firms like BAC just announced their institutional offering. Fidelity has as well, but they're still just Bitcoin, right? Gemini is offering custody for a vast array of coin. When we think about the differentiator, when you're out selling to hedge fund clients or other types of clients, what do you pitch as the differentiator?
I think a lot of it is really in the details, and it's something that really can't be stated enough in this market. Understanding the security profile, the operational security. For example, we have Deloitte doing an audit for our SOC 2. Our hardware is seemingly superior to everyone else's out there. Our operational practices obviously have been vetted by Deloitte. And so making sure you really understand the nuts and bolts, because ultimately, as an investor and representing investors, you're responsible for their assets and choosing a custodian and making sure you're really doing all your due diligence. I think when people really come into our office and vet us, it's been pretty clear in terms of who provides the best service.
Interesting. What are the trends you're seeing or thinking about as we enter 2020 when it comes to the institutionalization of the market?
I think we're seeing a lot of interest. We continue to see interest from different types of institutions, some of the banks, some of the buy-side shops that are sort of dipping their toes in the water a little bit. Recently, Harvard announced they put some money in crypto, a little bit, not a lot, but people are starting to dive into it and do sort of their evaluations of how do they store the assets, how do they trade, where do they need to be connected, what does it mean to be in crypto? And I think that trend will continue to grow over the next year.
Great. Well, we'll talk next year and we'll see what happens.
Thanks, Frank.
Thanks, Jeanine. Thanks, everyone.